Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for the delay, but welcome in to Mirror Agents. I have, this is my first time looking at the, is this the finished product?
This is still a made-at-home prototype, but the art is 99% what it's going to be. There might be some minor tweaks here and there, but yeah, this is essentially what the game's going to end up looking like, just on higher quality.
Oh, goodness. And so I remember when this was all just kind of blank, the white kind of cardboard cards and the little labels and everything like that, and a much smaller and less intricate map. And it was a pleasure and a joy to break the game. I'm just going to put it mildly.
You have played and broke many versions of this game over the years when it was just the working name of Espionage. I think this might be the first time you will have played it in this final incarnation, so this will be interesting.
This is my first. I have semi-intentionally stayed kind of unaware and semi-ignorant of all this, just because I want to give my first impressions, which I mean, I'm just going to say, when I came in, I was like looking at everything, I was like, oh, touch.
Yeah.
Yes. And then of course I love the little screens here, and yeah, just everything looks so freaking awesome so far. Before we dive into the game, do you want to give a little bit of a? I mean, some of our longtime viewers might recognize you and your games, but if you want to start off and
right. So I am David Thomas. I'm one of the co-owners and designers at Absurdist Productions. You can see our big old logo there on the bottom of the screen. And we're myself and Will Thompson are game designers here in Oklahoma City. That we've known DC for a very long time, and he's nice enough to play our games on his stream here from time to time. And this is Mirror Agents, which is a spy-themed dual hidden movement strategy game. So we are both moving our agents secretly behind our screens that you can see here, openly moving our guards on the main board, and each of us is both the hunter and the hunted as we are trying to complete our secret objectives.
And to be mindful, yes, if you're looking at the screen, you might be able to see a little bit of my stuff. You can see a little bit of David's stuff. We are not going to be looking at the camera screen, so we are still going to be playing it as intended, but it just gives the audience a little bit of like, oh, bad move there.
Yes. Yeah. So you guys will have a little bit more information than we will, which is probably a good thing for this kind of stream. So I guess I'll go ahead and explain the game here.
Please.
I'm going to move my screen out of the way to explain some things. So you have the main board out here, obviously. That's got a bunch of different locations on it. These little tokens of different colors, those are intel tokens that we're collecting. Each of us is going to have one of these. If I can get a view of this that is...
yeah, the lighting.
Each of us will have one of these secret objective cards. The first one to complete their secret objective will win the game. Alternatively, if you can catch your opponent's agent 3 times, you can also win the game that way because you've stopped them from ever completing their secret objective.
So, hence why there's the extra agents here.
Yes, we have extra agents. And we are going to play on the quick start or kind of learn the game version, which is slightly quicker. There's yours. This one's mine. Obviously, do not show that to me. But, so, we have our main board out here. This is where everything's really happening. And then we have our player board that's back here that will be behind our screen. This is so we can track where we are and where we think our opponent is. It's kind of an imperfect information game. At the beginning of the game, the only randomness is which secret objective we got and how these 3 decks of mission cards are shuffled. From there, everything is going to be, based on player actions, how the game changes and how events unfold. On your turn, you have both an agent phase and then a guard phase. During the agent phase, we each have a deck of 8 asset cards. We pick 2 of them to play, resolve them, and they're going to do various things to move our agent behind our screen and manipulate the board. And then during the guard phase, we will move our guard, who then does some things as well. I'm going to go through each of the 8 asset cards so you kind of understand how those work. And you have access to all 8 of them every turn, and you can only play 2 per turn. So we have our transporter. There. Transporter. He lets you move your agent 1 location on the board. Again, you're moving it behind your screen, so your opponent can't quite see, they don't know where you're going. But your board is mirrored here. So I'll say I played it to move my guy to this location right here. We then have the collector.
I can show them
You
all.
can do that.
Just
the collector lets you pick up all intel from your agent's location.
And by the way, I love the illustrations on this.
Yeah, it came out very, very cool. We're very happy with it. But
Sorry for the auto zooms.
Yeah. Collector, you pick up all intel from your agent's current location. So in this case, my agent's here, which is this location right here. So I would pick up all of this intel and move it to my storehouse. And your storehouse or your safe house, which can hold up to 11 intel. When a location like this is cleared off, one that has an intel symbol on it, we're going to generate intel of that color at all connected locations. So, as you're collecting intel, you're, impacting the board state. Collector obviously gives my opponent exact knowledge. They know I'm right here. Now, there's other ones that are going to be, let me bluff things a little bit. For instance, there's a Saboteur. Saboteur lets me swap all intel between my agent's location and a connected location. So again, I'm right here on this spot right here. Nope, I'll let him move the card first so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm right here on this spot right here. If I use a Saboteur, I could swap all the intel here, which is none, with all the intel here. Again, that spot gets cleared off. It's going to generate intel at its connected locations. It also, your opponent knows, if they didn't know where you were already, it lets them know that you have to be at a spot connected to, both of these essentially. So it gives them some hints of where you are.
So, for example, if you were the Saboteur, you could only be either here or here. It's not like you could Saboteur and then switch those.
Right.
Okay.
Because the Saboteur just swaps between where you are and another location.
Okay.
We also have the Courier. Move all intel of one type to or from your opponent's location.
Oh, I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom, zoom.
Yep. So, for instance, I could move this white spot of cars, or I could move all of that yellow away, or I could even move these 2 greens to here. There's a couple things I could do there.
Again, that's also for your agent's location.
Your agent's location. They're all playing off your agent's location. Mm-hmm. So the collector tells your opponent exactly where you are. These other ones are giving them a hint of where you're at, but while letting you manipulate other spots on the board.
Okay.
Then we have the Cleaner. The Cleaner, you pick up all intel from your agent's location or a connected location. You keep one, discard the rest.
Okay, yeah. I feel like this would be a Bun. She's very good at cleaning.
Yep. So all 3 of those cards that we just went over, like I said, they're letting you give those hints to your opponent, but they're also letting you manipulate the intel on the board, letting you change where things are, possibly generating additional intel, that sort of thing. Okay. Then we have our Decoy. The Decoy is important because I mentioned earlier that you can get caught by your opponent's guard. One of the ways you can win is by catching your opponent 3 times. So if my opponent's guard is at a spot connected to where my agent is, I can play the Decoy to move their guard 1 space away from me. Now I can never move the guard into my spot. I can never move my agent into the guard spot. But Decoy, I can move them away, give myself some breathing room to, maybe do some other bluff or just to run away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have the Analyst. The Analyst impacts these mission cards right here, which I'll explain their importance in a moment. But the Analyst lets me pick 2 of these mission decks and move the top card to the bottom. So basically lets me cycle those cards a little bit. So if I need to complete a certain type of mission and I'm not seeing one I can use, I can move things to affect that. Or if I think my opponent's trying to complete a specific mission, maybe I disrupt their plans a little bit using the Analyst. Then finally, and most importantly, we have the Handler. The Handler lets you spend matching intel from your safe house to complete a mission matching your agent's location. So those objective cards that we have, show one right here. Try to get focused.
Here, I can bring it
There
up.
we go. So you'll notice at the top there's 3 envelopes with symbols on them. So in this case, this one you would have to complete 2 of the yellow assassination missions and then 1 of the white surveillance missions before you could then go and complete your bribery mission there at the bottom. That's your final objective. Completing a mission, you have to be on a location matching the type. So if I wanted to complete an assassination mission, I'd have to be on one of the yellow spots, play the handler, and spend the intel from my safe house to complete that mission. And then I would get that card, put it on my side of the board, and then I'm, hopefully if I've completed the right type of mission, I'm one step closer to completing my secret objective.
Is there a reason why you would complete a mission that's not one of your required missions?
There is not a reason, but sometimes people do it because they forget what they're doing. They get so excited because they can complete a mission that they complete the wrong thing. You can complete a mission that's not one of your objectives, but you're probably not going to win the game there.
Okay. Now, I am wondering, can you show off that mission one more time? Because I had a question about...
Yep.
Yeah, so on the bottom portion, is that the color of all the intel on the board that needs to be there to complete that?
That is what you need to have in your safe house to spend to complete your secret objective.
Okay. So I thought it was...
No.
Okay.
What's in your safe house? So regular missions require 5 different intel. Your secret objective requires 8. So they're a little more expensive, a little harder to complete. You can hold up to 11 intel in your safe house. If you ever have more intel than you can hold, you decide what to keep. So you can discard stuff that's not useful to you right now to make sure you keep the stuff you do need.
Understood.
Okay. So each turn, you're going to choose 2 of those assets to play to manipulate the board, to move your agent around and do things. And then you have the guard phase. During the guard phase, you're going to move your guard, which is the larger meep that's on the board, 1 space. Hopefully towards where you think your opponent is. When the guard moves onto a space, he's going to clean up. He's going to clear all the intel that was on there. That is then going to generate additional intel out on the board. You're also going to check if your opponent's agent is there. If they say yes, and they have to be honest about this, they're going to give you one of their agents, and then they will choose to respawn their agent on one of the 2 spawn sites on their side of the board.
So it's the one with these symbols here?
Yeah, with the little A symbol there that's on your player board. And when they spawn at those spots, they can't spawn at one that already has the guard at it. So when the game first starts, at the very beginning of the game, I know that DC's agent is there. He knows that my agent is here. If I ever catch him, I won't know necessarily which one he spawned at. So I'll have to kind of, either if I'm sitting at one, I know he's at the other one. Otherwise, I have to kind of, watch his movements from that point on to see where he's going.
And whenever we're playing the assets, we have to do them one at a time, like one at a transporter, and then
and you will leave them face up because
get rid of those. I don't want you to get a head start.
Yes, but they will be face up, and you announce which ones you're playing because those are how your opponent kind of tracks.
Oh my goodness! So let me show this off. Look at this.
Yeah, the inside.
I love screens that show what everything does.
Yeah,
and what your turns are and everything like that. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, we at Absurdist Productions are very big fans of player aids, and so we figured, the inside of the screen there, you're going to spend a lot of time kind of looking at the inside, and might as well have good information there to help you make your decisions. So you have your agent phase, what your asset cards do, and your guard phase on the inside there.
Is there a finite resource pool?
There is a finite amount of intel. If at any point you need to generate intel onto spots on board and there isn't any, the person who caused the generation is going to decide what to place and where.
Okay. So someone can be an absolute pig.
Yes, but if you've mainlined a whole bunch of one intel, likelihood is you're not actually completing any missions, which could end up putting you behind as well. So it's a balance on what you're doing there.
Like you said, I can be a hoarder.
You could. So first round, we only do our agent phase, because otherwise, moving the guard on the first round gives the first player a little bit of advantage. Second round, we will do our asset phase, followed by our agent or by our guard phase. So I guess I'll go first, or would you like to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
So I choose which two of these I'm going to play.
And you'll play them in order, and so play, resolve.
Okay, but I have to pick them both now.
Well, no, you can, because you're only going to play two either way. So
okay.
Now, some of them, the decoy and the handler, are useless on the first turn, obviously, so that kind of reduces your choices.
Yeah.
Two last things, really. One, for the missions, just as a piece of information, assassination missions use more yellow, bribery missions more green, surveillance missions more white, just to kind of as you're looking for stuff. And then when you're moving your guards, there are on the board shortcuts on the main board that do not appear on your player board. The guard can move across those. You can use the decoy across those to move the guard.
Okay.
But otherwise, nothing else can move across those shortcuts.
Okay. And this is the only shortcut, correct?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So the copper, your guard can move across that. My guard can move across that.
And I do appreciate that it's highlighted as silver on my side, and then on the other side is okay, cool. So I'm going, and after I do a action, say if I do move my person, I have to move them behind the screen as well. Okay, all right. So this is where we're going to stop looking at the screen here as much. I'll still look at chat in case anyone types anything. And I hope our audio volumes are okay. When I tested things in the earlier recording, it sounded fine. But if we need to turn up, turn down, please just let us know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I know my secret objective, and I know what to do to win. So the first thing I'm going to do is transporter with Jason Samoa. No, the other Jason. Oh my gosh. I mean, it would be a ride with anyways, yes, we are getting transported by a Jason of some type. And then I'm going to do a collector.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. Oh no, you know where I'm at.
Yep. So I know exactly where you are for this first.
And then I generate here, and here.
Yes. And these, the ones that do not have an intel symbol on them, they will not generate additional intel
by themselves.
But they can hold intel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And each one of these, it's kind of hard to see on the board, on the camera there, but each of these spaces have 5 of the intel symbol on them. Each of these can hold 5 intel total. If they ever have 5 intel on them, no more intel can be put on until they're cleared off.
Okay, and then when this is cleared, nothing spawns.
Right.
Okay, understood. Same for basically our spawn locations, no spawning.
Yep. Okay, I am also going to do the transporter. And then
By the way, are we going to have a guest appearance from a certain...
There's a small furry spy crawling around us right now. We may have to deal with that at the moment. Then we are also going to do, I'm going to do the courier. So the courier lets me move all intel of one type to or from my agent's location and a single connected location. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to move all of these white tokens here, which will then generate additional white intel on those 3 locations.
Do you mean this one? So
I moved the white from here.
Oh, okay.
When that was cleared off, it generates intel of its.
Okay. For whatever reason. Okay, got it. Okay.
And then I will pass.
Okay. And now, because it's the first turn, we do not activate our guards.
Right. Now, the next turn we will do our asset phase that we just did, our agent phase, and then we will also have our guard phase.
Okay, got it. Cool. Then I think my next go. And David is being a guard right now for a certain spy that is being. Oh, nope. Okay, so I am going to. Let me see. I need just. I need a lot of everything. Okay, well, I will do this. I am going to do. Oh, it's move all of one type of info. I was looking at the courier.
Yes, all of one type.
Okay, all right. Well, then I will do the saboteur first. So I'm going to move all of these over here, which will generate boom, boom,
And here.
and boom.
Indeed.
All right, and then I will do one more. We're getting greedy. We're getting greedy, but the collector demands we pick up some more. So, whoop, 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 whoop,
Okay.
which will generate boom. So that is now maxed out.
Yep.
And then boop.
Okay. And then you will move your guard one space.
I'm going to move them here,
Okay. So that will clear off that green.
which will then in turn spawn green. Boop, boop, and boop.
Indeed.
Okay, but not here because not only because it's maxed out, but also that's not a agent
Right.
connected.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the intel does not spawn across the shortcut.
Okay.
Okay, so then we are back to me. Pick up my cards here.
And do I leave these cards out until the beginning of my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just they give me some information on where you are. I mean, in this case, I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna do a collector first.
Oh,
This big old pile of intel,
here we go. Here we go.
which will spawn there, and there. And
Tweet,
then,
tweet.
as my second action,
You can stay there if you want.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and decoy, and we're going to send you to here, which will clean up all that.
And then generate boom, boom, and boop.
Correct. And then on my guard phase, I'm going to move. We're going to move right there. Generate bribery intel, green intel at those 3 locations.
Okay, well, let me pick these up. Okay, so I feel I'm just getting things set up for my big action. I'm going to do a saboteur again to move all this here. And unfortunately, the place I'm at is full, so it doesn't generate there. I mean, the place I could be at. So that generates, and then this generates, and then I'm just gonna get some more. I'm gonna get greedy,
Okay.
and now I'm maxed out.
Now you're maxed out, and that will create there, and there. And then you have to move your guard.
Just hungry, and by hungry I mean I'm gonna eat all these all that here.
Okay. As you can see, turns go pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I want to do?
What do you really want to do?
Here. We're going to do a transporter.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a collector.
Beep, 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 beep.
And we clear off that bribe location. Only one bribery remains here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there.
Listen, I like money. I don't know about you, but I like money.
And then I'm going to move my guard right here.
Peculiar placement.
That, and that.
Okay, so I'm gonna collect my cards here, and I think I need some space. I just need a little bit of space. I need some me time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need you to just go back off. I need some space. I want you to go over here,
Okay.
and I will choose.
Well, that area was already cleared, so it's not going to.
Oh, okay. So if it's empty, it does not generate.
Right.
Okay, good to know. And hello, friendo. And then I'm gonna bring in the one, the only, the handler.
Going for your first mission, okay?
Yes. So I am gonna turn in some of this money, so it's back on the board, back in the economy, and we're gonna be bribing. We're going some bribery.
Bribery, okay.
So, whoop.
Okay.
And a yoink. So I got some money.
Yeah. So one step closer to your secret objective.
Hey, Qualk. Yeah, it's so this is a secret agent game with hidden movement. So I got my people over there. David has his folks over there. And we're trying to collect the intel to complete these various missions over here. And oh, sorry, I'm going to move my safe house. Okay, so you can see kind of the different colors and how they correlate with these. But I'm trying to complete my secret mission that I don't want to show David. Sorry, I'm not going to show it on camera yet. But I'll just let you know we're halfway there. Well, not quite, but we're almost
Making progress.
All right.
You also got to move your guard now because we are also hunting our opponent at the same time.
I am going this way and eating up this intel.
Okay.
And because it's a spawn point, it doesn't generate anything.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm always toying with my prey.
I'm gonna transport to move my agent somewhere.
I wonder where. I hope. I'm crossing fingers.
And then I'm going to go ahead and do the handler as well. And we're going to spend 3 white surveillance intel.
Okay.
A yellow and a green.
So
to complete this surveillance mission.
Okay. And it's something I did not realize until just now, but I was coincidentally still following the rules. In order to complete a mission of a certain color, you have to be in a space matching that color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is important.
That was unintentionally still rule following on my part.
And then I'm going to go ahead and move my guard. He's going to keep putting some pressure on you there. And it's your turn again.
Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and take my cards back. I would never toy, or I would never hide the fact that I'm toying with my prey. So I'm going to again, I just need a little bit of breathing space. So I'm going to move, I'm going to play a decoy, but kind of surprisingly, I'm going to move it over here. I'm getting rid of all this intel, but again, I just need a little bit of breathing space. And because that is one of the spawn points for my team, it does not inherently generate any of that intel. Right. And then I am moving. We are gunning it out of there. So vroom, vroom. You don't know where I am. Kaiser Sose. I just disappeared, just
Definitely.
in the wind.
And then your guard.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. My next turn here. Well.
Hey, Barath. Yeah, the art on these is so cool. Let me
I'm going to collect
show off
first.
some of these cards here.
We're going to collect from that location where I was at there, where I completed my mission last turn. And then.
The collector who we just played. Just almost reminds me of the Battlestar Galactica, like not a Cylon.
Yep.
Not a Cylon.
I collected. I need to make sure I
Yes,
generate intel. Things happen there. And then I will decoy, push you over there, because I need some more green on my side of the board.
Interesting.
Not nearly enough green
Tactic.
intel on my side of the board here.
I might have been greedy with that.
Okay. And then I have to move my guard. And I know where you are.
Do you?
I'm pretty sure I know where you are. It's just a matter of catching you.
What if I moved into your guard space?
Yeah, you can't.
Oh,
Can't move in the guard space. We talked about that earlier.
tarnation.
We discussed that rule, TC. Move my guard there. It will not generate anything because it did not clear off that location.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Barath, you don't play a lot of board games other than Othello, chess, and the like, but you do enjoy seeing the creation process. Yes. Oh gosh. So after we do this initial playthrough, I would love to kind of discuss a little bit of the kind of the top to bottom, how this kind of came to be and everything. I know we kind of jumped into the board game because we started a little bit late, but also I was kind of biting at the bit to get into this. So yeah, this iteration of Mirror Agents is yeah, I've been really wanting to try this out. This was probably my favorite besides War Gears. I think, was that the name of the
War Rigs, which
War Rigs?
I'll get back to that one at some point.
I know, but besides that was my top favorite. But this was a close second to actually see from ideation to board.
Yep.
So okay, so we're gunning it again. I got Jason Samoa Statham taking me for a ride.
Okay, transporting. So you're moving somewhere.
Yep. Don't worry, you're. And then collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Yoink. And because it is an agent spawn point, it does not generate anything else.
Yep.
And then I am going to move. I don't like you getting money. That's the thing. I don't like you getting money. Because I'm also trying to keep an eye on what sort of objectives that they can complete on their turn. So I mean, right now, David can't complete anything yet, but let's go ahead and just remove all of this. That is a bit too much hefty data, hefty intel that are clumsy guards or scientists and the like have been leaving about. So
okay,
all right,
up here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a cleaner first. Pick up this intel here. I get to pick it all up, keep one, discard the rest. There was only one, so I just get to keep that.
Mm-hmm.
That will generate some more green on the board here. Since DC's over there trying to stop me from getting that intel for some unknown reason.
I don't like you to have the money. I like me to have the money.
And then I will transport.
Okay. So.
And then I got to move my guard. Not intel. I don't know what you're going for necessarily. I know where. Well, I know where you are. Direction.
So what happens if you get caught by a card? Do you lose your intel?
You do not.
Okay.
I tested that. It prolonged the game too much, slowed things down too much. But again, if you get caught 3 times, you lose. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go ahead and move him right there. Again, keeping that pressure on you.
Okay. I'm just double checking some things. Okay. So I'm going to it may be a bit, well actually no, I definitely need yeah, I'm gonna need more of that intel. So yeah, I'm gonna transport and collect here.
Okay.
Which I do need to get rid of one of my intels because now I have 11. So I'm gonna let you have a little bit of money. Let you have a little bit of money there, and then I'm gonna move here, which will not generate any resources.
Correct.
For you because again I am a little bit of a stingy cat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it is back to me. I got my cards here.
Oh well, I wish your cousin luck. I know that looking for publishers that can be a lot of work there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about birds. Birds are popular.
They are. I'm gonna go ahead and play the handler, and we're gonna spend these 3 and these 2 to complete this assassination mission. Now all I got to do is get the intel together to complete my final objective.
Mm-hmm.
But DC's got enough intel over there. I'm pretty sure he'll have his next mission done shortly. So I'm only slightly ahead of him. And then, well, then we will transport. Let's get out of Dodge here.
I just realized. Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And then I'm going to move my guard, and we'll go up here. And pass back to you, sir.
Okay. Well, in order to do my mission, though, unfortunately, I have to move because, yes, we are also following the assassination style. So I'm taking this. It's going to cost 4 of my yellows and 1 white.
Mm-hmm.
And so boom, 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 boom. And then my guard. Is this where your agent is at?
That's where I was before I transported.
All right. All right.
You're on my tail.
Because you did the handler first and then the transporting. I got them mixed up.
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, you know where I am.
I know where you are. Yes, I do.
Because in order to, again, complete a mission, I had to complete a yellow mission. And there are only 2 yellow hexes on the board. So
yeah, so by keeping track of where he was, I could figure out which one he could get to.
All right, and your go.
Use my guard to herd him a little bit. Okay. What do I need? I need many, many things. Okay. We're going to use the courier to pull this green there, which will also then generate some white. Number of locations here. And then we are going to collect all that. Now, yes, I did just give DC exact information on my location, and he's right there with his guard. But you know, sometimes you got to make some sacrifices to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will move my guard. Move him right there. Back to you, sir.
Okay. Okay. I am going to do a collector
Okay.
to grab this, which will generate yellow. And then I will do transporting. Go, go, go. Get out of Dodge. Go, go, go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then are you here?
I am indeed there. So I've lost one of my guys. There wasn't any intel there to clean up or generate, but now I have to respawn at one of the locations on the board here.
Yep, and there's only one place for you to respawn.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and respawn there.
Because on my board I can respawn here or here. On his board it's either here or here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Hey Jen! Hey! Welcome in! It's been forever!
So I'm going to do the cleaner. That's my first action. Clean it from that location. That, and that will generate white. Here, here, and here. And then I will transport. And then I have to move my guard. Guard here. See, find if I can stay a step ahead of DC here.
Okay. All right, I am going to do again, a little bit of a broken record, but collector to grab these.
Yeah.
Whoops. Stay there. And then we're moving. We're moving and we're grooving.
Mm-hmm.
Go faster!
Yeah. And your guard, sir.
Right here. Which, yeah, it's going to generate some yellows.
Yep.
Boop, boop, and boop.
Okay. Pick up. I am going to do it that way. I'm going to go ahead and clean. Pick up that. Generate some green. Put one at once. Then we will handle to complete my secret objective.
Yep.
I'm on that green spot there. I needed 4 green, 2 white, and 2 yellow.
I was literally one space away from you. Yeah. This was such a tight game. I had everything I needed, and I just needed one extra turn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was here, and I needed 4 white,
what I thought.
2 green, and then 2 yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I knew you were very, very close. I wasn't sure if you had the exact intel or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Mirror Agents.
Oh my gosh, what a close match. I mean, I definitely, yeah, I think I could have optimized a little bit just because I was kind of being a little bit lazy with just grabbing everything in my space. But yeah, I think the cleaner does have some, really neat optimizations as well.
Yeah, I mean, all of the asset cards, depending on your play style, depending on the board state, can be used in a variety of ways, either to bluff your opponent or to manipulate things to generate the intel you need as you're moving along. And one thing, like I said, when I collected here and left my guy there, the reason I was willing to make the sacrifice is I was looking at what was on my side of the board, and I realized that within 2 turns I would have everything I needed to win. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what? I can let an agent die to get me in the right position to complete my objective. Now, granted, I designed this, I've played this a lot, so I have I'm better at that than someone who's playing it for the first time, obviously.
But still very close, because I feel like I am a decent board gamer. Oh my gosh! Hey, Board Game Heaven, welcome in.
And you definitely forced me to go some directions I did not necessarily want to go as we were playing. So,
and now these are the starter missions, because normally you would have
3 missions that you have to complete.
Okay,
and then your objective. So it makes for a slightly faster game.
Yes.
And you're kind of learning it. That I'm not sure how long that took us, but usually once you know the game, you can do a standard mission, and there's 6 of those in the game, or standard objectives.
I think this was about 40 minutes.
Yeah. So when you're first learning the game, the starter ones are going to take you 30 to 40 minutes. Once you know the game, you played a few times, the other objective cards, most people can knock out a game in 30 minutes. So it's just because it takes a game or two to kind of wrap your head around how everything's moving, or all the moving parts. Like it's not overly complicated, but it's just kind of thinking through the moving parts.
So I definitely want to do one more game, if that's okay with you.
Yep.
And maybe just as for folks that might be joining in a little bit late, we can kind of do a little bit more of another kind of refresh. But before we go into that, I know a bit of the story behind kind of how everything started, right. and you showing it off at our store and everything like that. But please share how this kind of game came to be.
So Mirror Agents is a game I've worked on and off for really the last, I think I started working on this one in late 2017, the very first concept of it. That concept was very different than what this is. It had a lot more randomness to it. It wasn't quite as strategic, but started working on right very early on. I had my first game. The first game we published, Churrascaria, is a very random, crazy food fight. Take that game, and I wanted to make something that was a little more strategic, a little bit more deeper than that. Not that Churrascaria doesn't have some depth, but a little deeper than what that was. Work on a strategy game, and that's what started the process on this one. And then the number of iterations of this game is a little insane. I think this is the 7th redesign of the game over that time period. And when I say redesign, I mean massive changes in mechanics. Oh gosh, yeah. There has been, in one of the first iterations, you could kill people's, like legit just say, you're dead. Yeah, like the very early version was very unbalanced. Core concepts have stayed, like there are core concepts and pieces that are still there from that very first prototype, from the very first
the movements and the intels.
Well, the very, very first version didn't even have a board. It was a card game. And then it adjusted to the board. And then as I iterated on it, I realized kind of where I wanted the folks to be. And oddly enough, the most recent mechanic, the thing that actually finally made it gel, was the hidden movement. That's also why it's a 2-player game, because it was a 4-player game. I added hidden movement. That did not work in a 4-player game, so I cut 2 players, and everything, all the pieces that I'd been working on for so long, finally everything gelled and locked in. And then it was just a little bit of tweaks and balancing and, to get to where we're at now, to what we're going to publish. And I mean, I never got to see kind of the art process, because the last time I, play tested and things like that, everything just had like words on it. Yeah. But what was this always the kind of the design that you had in mind as far as like the art goes? Not really. I mean, I had some rough ideas of, playing with shadows and stuff, because it is a spy game. But I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted. And then we talked to Brandon Anderson, who is the graphic designer for the game, and Aster Cordova, who's the illustrator. We had a couple of meetings with them, discussing different ideas, and started leaning into I had the idea that I wanted that Art Deco vibe, because, it's not necessarily chronologically consistent because Art Deco was more the 20s, 30s, and spy. Formalized spy agencies really didn't start coming into being until post World War II. But I wanted to get in that vibe. I wanted a very noir, kind of thing, playing with light and shadow. And both of them, both the illustration side and the graphic design side, they have knocked it out of the park.
Oh gosh, I totally agree. This gives me this specific graphic. I don't know if you ever saw Gunstar Heroes, but this just takes me back to that like kind of childhood era, and I was like, oh, I love that.
Yep. And then one of those things that we tend to do, not necessarily we don't want to hit people in the head with it, but if you look at the asset cards, we went for a diversified cast. We have men, women, various races. That we want players to be able to see themselves in a card.
Yeah, if I was in the game, this would be me. I would be the courier. I'd be go, or the transporter. But I can't kick butt like Jason Statham Samoa. Yeah, that's the name of the transporter in this game to me.
And when you look at the cards, we've kind of mixed. Like the cleaner looks, it's a semi-Asian woman wearing a suit. Could be more modern. Cyberpunk could be kind of a little anachronistic of the era of the game. But then the decoy is straight up Marlene Dietrich's white evening gown, cigarette holder kind of thing.
And I mean you can see the the box art there, but I mean this is the actual this is the real deal.
And the line down the middle there is because this is a homemade prototype, so we had to printed out 2 stickers and lined them up.
I feel it now. Okay.
Yeah, because this is we've gotten pretty good at high quality at home prototypes for our final versions. Obviously, the when it's formally manufactured, it will not have that.
Is it going to have the little cast on the sides as well, like this?
Yeah, this whole box here is. Yep. Yeah, all of these pieces have. There's some slight tweaks here and there, but this is what the game's going to look like.
Yes, I've always been super appreciative of your design and your art, and me and my roommate have been taking your games around to the different places. I took Triscaria over to my girlfriend's in California over Christmas, and they dived into it. They were like, oh my gosh. And it took a game or two, but then they were like, oh, we're going to do all the take that's and everything like that. It was gorgeous. And then my roomie took it for Paleo Vet for, I think his nieces and nephews or some family gathering. And they adored the dinosaurs over there. So yeah, and like Jen Kim said, yes, many congrats to your previous playthroughs. I know we want to do one more game, but before we start, do you mind if we take just a 5-minute break? I'm just gonna a water and things like that, and then we can kind of redo some of the explanation of the missions and the cards and things like that.
Sounds good.
All right. We're about an hour in, so folks, give us a couple minutes. We're gonna get some drinks, just stretch and things like that, and then we'll be back with. Can we do the expanded missions, an actual kind of?
We can do a full one.
Awesome. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. All right, we'll be back in a few little bits. Playthroughs? You mean campaigns? I don't think there's a campaign mode in your agents, but
no campaign mode for this.
But you have done actually RPGs.
Yeah, we've published 2 solo RPGs. They're journal based. Use a journal and deck of cards for those, and we are actually working on. We've started teasing the art in some of our socials, but we are working on a actual formal RPG. That,
amazing.
We don't have an exact timeline of when that'll be published. Possibly later this year or sometime next year, but we're getting close. We're getting art for it, and we're doing our play testing to kind of get at. We'll officially announce that one in a couple of months.
Awesome. And also, I was also, there's Transformation, and then 7 minutes to
7 murders till midnight.
7 murders to midnight, and then you also did some D&D adventures, Force of Lost Children, and then a bridge to
the Beast of Bridge Dunnan. Both of those, which they're only available in digital now. You can get them off Drive-Thru-RPG or our website. We're not going to do physical reprints of those 2. But yeah, they were some early stuff we did, kind of testing our toes in the RPG world.
Yes, and okay. Thank you, Gen Cam. I misspoke. I was distracted by a certain spy that is paying attention to all our wires down here, and hopefully doesn't sabotage everything. Yes. But yeah, okay. We'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks. I hope you'll stick around and see the full playthrough of some kind of in-depth missions and everything like that. But thank you all so much for being here and checking this out so far. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
All right. Hello. Welcome back. So we're continuing our second playthrough for Mirror Agents. David snuck a win on me, but it was so close. We were literally one turn away from each other. So I consider that a very amazing achievement when a first-time player, such as myself, can be so close to someone who created the game. So I think that is a amazing achievement in game design. So before we dive into the second game, though, I just kind of want to reintroduce kind of the game, the objective, and go through some of the cards and things like that again.
Yep. So we'll go through the how to play again for anybody who missed the when we covered that earlier. So this is Mirror Agents. It is a 2-player dual hidden movement strategy game. We are both going to be moving our agents on our player board secretly behind a screen, while also moving our guard openly out on the main board. So we are both hunted and hunter. We each have one of these objective cards. We can get that to...
Here, I can make it.
There it goes.
Okay.
We'll each have one of these cards here. In order to win, you must first complete the 3 missions listed up top, and then complete your secret objective listed down here on the bottom. So we'll each have one of these. There are 6 of these. The full version in the game box. Earlier, we played a version with the quick game ones that only require 2 missions before you go after your secret objective. For me, and then we will go over our cards.
I used to like money.
Yes. So, as I mentioned, with our main board, we have our player board here.
Oh, I'm going to shuffle some of these.
Yes. As we are, each turn, you have an agent phase, and then you have a guard phase. During your agent phase, you're going to be playing asset cards from your hand. And these cards are what's going to let you move your agent secretly. It's what's going to let you manipulate the intel on the board. It's also what gives your opponent hints about where you are and what you might be trying to do. So, the different ones we have here. First, we have the transporter. The transporter allows you to move your agent to a connected location. So I know at the beginning of the game that DC is starting here because he is the copper player, and he knows that I am starting right here because I am the silver player. I use my transporter. I can move my agent secretly behind the board, one location. So he is now right here. Then I have these other cards I can play that do various things. We have the collector. Collector is usually going to be your biggest bang for your buck for collecting intel from the board. Lets you pick up all the intel from your current location. So for instance, play the collector, I can pick up all this intel, move to my storehouse. My storehouse, or my safe house here, can hold up to 11 intel. If I ever have more intel than I can hold, I decide what to keep and what to discard, so I can cycle out stuff that's not useful to me at the moment. That also, though, tells my opponent I'm right there. Gives my exact location away. Then we have things like the courier. The courier lets me move all intel of one type to or from my current location. So, for instance, again, I'm right here. I could move all of this green intel to my location. Something I forgot to mention when I was there, though, is when you clear off a location like that, it's going to create intel of its type at all connected locations. So if I were to move all of that green there, this location is not cleared, so it's not going to generate anything more. And if I moved it from this gray spot, because that does not have an intel symbol on it, it won't generate any intel either. The spawn locations can hold intel but not generate more. Then we have the Saboteur. The Saboteur lets you swap all the intel from between your location and connected location. So for instance, I could swap all of this. And if I did that, this spot would be cleared, which would then generate green intel at the connected locations. And then we have the Cleaner. I love the art that we got for this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really cool. The Cleaner, pick up all the intel from one location, from either your location or connected location, keep one, discard the rest. And then, of course, that would generate intel when it's cleared off. All three of those cards, the Cleaner, the Courier, and the Saboteur, they give a hint to your opponent about your location, but they don't show your exact location. Set these up real quick. Okay. Then we have the Analyst. The Analyst affects these mission cards out here. It lets you choose 2 of those stacks, move the top card to the bottom. Lets you basically cycle which mission's on top. It's good to make sure that a mission you can complete is on top, or if you think your opponent's about to complete a specific mission, pushes that to the bottom, so it hopefully disrupts their plans a little bit. We have the Decoy. Little Marlene Dietrich looking art that we got for that one. The Decoy is a way to kind of give yourself some space if your opponent's guard's getting too close. So if I'm here, my opponent's guard's there, I can use the Decoy to push their guard a space away from me. I can never move the guard into my location, and I can never move myself into the guard's location.
And another thing to note, when you push a guard, or whenever a guard moves into a location with intel, it cleans that intel up, but then it generates it at adjacent locations.
Exactly. Then the final one, and arguably the most important card, the asset you have, is your Handler. The Handler is how you're going to complete missions. To complete a mission, you have to be on a location matching that location, that mission's type, and you must have the required intel in your safe house. You then spend that intel, complete that mission, and hopefully move one step closer to completing your final objective. So each turn, you're going to choose 2 of these asset cards, play them one after another, resolve them, and then you will move your guard and do things with him. You win the game either by being the first person to complete your secret objective, or by capturing your opponent 3 times. Because when you move your guard, you're going to move them to a spot. That spot's going to get cleared off and generate intel. And your opponent has to tell you if their agent's there. If their agent is there.
Would you do like a little reveal like that to say like, hey, yeah, that's... So yeah, and then I would give him one of my...
Yep. Basically, you're losing one of your agents. If you lose all 3 of your agents, you lose the game.
And also, something I again, just super adore is I love this player aid that has all the stuff that you do. Like you choose and play an asset card, then you do the action, then you do the second one, and then you have all the different asset card effects just in a single area that you can look at, and then the guard phase. So you have the entire game listed here, basically. I just love that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of reference cards, and we figured, building into that was a good place to put it. And, as I mentioned in the last one, say it again here, the only randomness in the game is which secret objective you start with, and these 3 decks are shuffled at the beginning. After that, it's all player determination. So, it's anything that's happening on the board will be a result of player actions.
Which, I mean, that is, so you might be surprised. For folks that know me, they know I love random, but I also really dig this kind of, like, you dictate the board state. Mm-hmm. And again, last game, so close. We were within 1 turn of each other. So I'm hoping I can maintain that. And honestly, I think I went first, correct?
You went first.
So yeah, so that, I mean, it's...
You went first. You had both of your missions completed before I did. I managed to kind of pull to the front from behind in those last couple of turns because I was able to kind of read the board state a little bit better than you were.
Yeah. I'm going to do a bit better job this time. So how about this time? Oh, and these are the mission cards that you're trying to complete. You have surveillance, bribery, because we all like money, and then assassinations. And they each primarily will feature, the surveillance cards will primarily feature white, bribery, and is that okay? So the white symbols are eyes, the green symbols, I mean, money, and then what does the yellow represent?
The spin from the chamber from a revolver.
Okay. Now I see it. Okay.
Yep.
And you can only complete the missions at the same color of.
Yeah. So in order to complete an assassination mission, you need to be at a yellow location, bribery green, surveillance white, and because we are also big proponents of colorblind friendly, that's why we have both color and symbol.
Very fair. That's very good.
We tried to do a palette that was fairly good for color blindness, but there's different types, different severities, so got to make sure we use symbology so that even people who are colorblind can play the game enjoyably.
Absolutely agree. Well, I think that's I think we're ready to start. How about you kick it off first this time?
Okay. Yep, I can definitely start. So the first round, we will only do our agent phase. We will not be moving our guards in the first round because there's some balance issue. If guards are moving the first time, it gives the first player too much of an advantage. So we just do the agent phase. And I think... So I am the silver player here. I am going to check what I need. I am going to transport as my first action. And then I am going to courier as my second action. We're going to move all of the intel of one type, in this case, these white ones, from that location to this location. That will generate some white intel at all connected locations. A location can only hold 5 intel, so this location right now is now full. It can't get any more intel generate or added to it. And so that was my 2 actions. Nice to you, sir.
And I am realizing the power in that, and I am realizing we are probably going for the same mission. So
potentially,
because if I'm looking at this right, he has the 3 white and the 2 green that he needs right here, and I'm pretty sure he's right there, so he can do a collect and then a handler to complete that first mission.
That surveillance that's a surveillance, not a bribery.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I can't complete it from that location, but I could get all the intel to complete it from that location. Yeah. Yes.
And should that be there?
Yes.
Okay.
It was generated off of this one.
Okay. All right. Just making sure you can spawn the intel onto the guards. Yes. So okay. All right. So I am going to do a little bit of something different. Okay. I am going to do something a little bit similar, but also change it up just for me. I'm going to do the courier for this assassination.
Okay.
So I move that here, which will generate a yellow, and a yellow.
Yes.
And then I'm going to collect all that juicy intel, all that juicy assassination intel. Assassino! And then it is your turn because it is the first turn and we don't move our guards yet.
Correct. So now I will do my agent phase, play my 2 cards, and then once I've resolved those, then I will be moving my guard. So obviously I'm going to collect because that's get this big old pile of stuff.
And then boop, boop, boop.
And then I will transport. got my two agent actions, played my 2 assets, collector and transporter,
Mhm.
and then I will move my guard. And we're going to move my guard there, which will then put those to generate, and then I will pass.
Okay. So,
And just a note for people who came in late, yes, you can see some of what's going behind our boards here. We are purposely not looking at the screen, so we don't give away anything to each other.
that is correct.
Which does also mean that DC might be a little slower in responding to chat.
That is also correct. Okay, I'm going to do a saboteur. Swap all the intel between your agent's location and connected location. Bink, which will empty that.
Yeah.
So Bink.
There.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Even better.
And I'm gonna guess you're gonna collect.
I'm gonna collect. I am actually.
How did I know?
Coincidentally enough, I'm gonna get that money I just generated, and then all those. Well, actually, that doesn't generate anything.
Oh, you're right. That does not. I don't know what I was thinking there.
I mean, I would love you to. Yeah, I would love it if that happened. But no, that doesn't generate anything. So, and I don't think I.
You saboteured, which I did.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure last time I didn't.
Yes.
Generate when I've collected. So okay, all right, and then for my little peekadoozies. So you collected and then transported.
Yep.
You're probably here, but what if? I'm just going on the what ifisms.
Okay.
But wait, if I do that, that will generate an extra white there. You know, I don't want to give you more resources like that.
And this is where the mind games come in, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? Let's go.
I am not there, sir.
Tar Nation. Okay, well that goes away.
Thank you for the intel generation.
Yeah, well, grumble.
And then I will collect.
Because also, it was the other hand. It was like, well, what if he was going to try to complete his mission? So that's fine.
And then I will decoy. I'm gonna push it back over there.
Okay, but that doesn't generate anything because
that will not generate. Nope.
Okay.
But it gives me a little breathing room. And then I gotta move my guard. And we are gonna move my guard right there. Generate. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
To you.
Okay. So okay, all right. So I will actually get out of Dodge. You're a little bit too close for comfort. And then I will do, well, actually, you know what?
Doing okay. Not transporting. What's he gonna do?
What am I gonna do? What am I really gonna do? We're going to do Saboteur.
Okay.
Bring this here.
Saboteur will swap it.
A swap.
Now, if you just want to drag it to you need to play the courier instead.
Right. Okay. I am. Yeah. I was like, I'm like, oh, I'll do that. That'll be fine. That'll be groovy. So yes. So the courier moves all of one type.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the idea that I want to do. So courier that, please, and thank you, which will then generate the white.
Yep. There you go.
And then I'm going to be greedy. You probably know where I'm at, but collecting.
Okay.
So I'm maxed out.
So I choose what to keep.
Yep. Yeah, I need to choose what to keep. I will keep these and get rid of Moolah.
Okay.
And then guard, go here.
Okay. Back to me. Gotta do things. Gotta do things.
Because I have a feeling you wanted to maybe complete a certain surveillance mission, and I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Well played. I see what you're doing there. Okay.
I'm identifying the port state this time on both sides.
Good job.
I was looking at just me last time.
That's the thing, and that's why the game can be. That's why it only works as 2-player. 4-player, it was too much information to parse. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the cleaner. Do that.
Which will generate
some green. And then I will transport. And then I'm going to move my guard. Is there a DC there?
Ding, ding, ding.
So that's one of his 3 lives has been taken. One of his 3 agents has been captured.
And I have to respawn at a agent spawn point, and there are 2 on the board, so either here or there. I wonder where I'll be.
Because he can't spawn where my guard is, so I know he's starting there now.
Yeah.
As his turn begins.
Okay. So my turn begins. We're going to vroom vroom.
Transporting, okay.
And then we are going to meet up with our handler and go, we blocked them, madame, and turn in that surveillance.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and then 2 moolah. So he has an idea of where I'm at since I did a surveillance.
I mean, I know exactly where you're at because you did a surveillance.
You have a slight idea. You have an inkling.
You're right here.
And then so again, I don't want to generate anything for you, and you have to move the guard every time.
You must move the guard, yes.
So I cannot just hover on this. Okay.
You can move there. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to copycat here, and I'm going to transport, and then I'm going to handler. And I'm going to spend 4 white and a green to complete this surveillance mission myself.
At least it took out a lot more whites for you.
It did.
I mean, not a lot more, but it's significant.
Yeah. Changed up my plans a little bit there. And then I have to move my guard. I'm going to move my guard right there. Back to you, Seth.
That was slightly annoying. So
what? I mean, the fact that you got all that yellow in your safe house and a white. I mean, You may not be going for that assassination mission, but
But um um hmm. Okay. All right. I know what I'm going to do with my guard's turn. Oh, you're rooting for me, Imet? Thank you. You put your children's college funds on the line, betting on me winning.
ooh,
Well, listen, I hope they're ready for trade school. uh, okay, so let me I think we're going to move. I just have to think about moving. And then we're going to I think we'll do a cleaner. I mean decoy. No, I'm kidding. I have a IRL decoy working in the background. Okay, so I will do. Okay, so I transported.
you transported,
Okay,
and then you cleaned, huh?
and then I'm
Or you're
cleaning.
cleaning, okay.
Okay. So you might have an idea once I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbing that. So that goes away. But it does generate boop, boop,
Mm-hmm.
and boop.
Okay.
And then you go.
You gotta move your guard.
Do I want to? I don't want to. I mean, wait a second. You did a surveillance.
I did a transport and a surveillance, yes. Our handler to complete a surveillance mission.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not giving you any more of those cheap resources.
Okay.
I'm on your tail.
Sure.
Trade school. They're going to be influencers on TikTok if college doesn't work out. Hell, I mean, that's what some people I know really want to be.
I'm gonna do a cleaner.
Like me.
I'm gonna do a cleaner. Clean that location, which is gonna generate some green.
Good job, Bun Bun.
And then I'm gonna do a transporter to get myself out of Dodge.
You didn't need to, though.
And then I'm gonna move my guard, and my guard's gonna move right here.
Cool.
So then we'll generate some green. Fortunately, I think that's gonna give you some green that I don't have, but you know what it is. And then I pass back to you.
And can a decoy...
The decoy can move my guard across the shortcut, yes.
Excellent. I think transporter, and then let's do a decoy. Let's get you moved a bit there. Let's say go over here for me, please.
Okay.
For no reason whatsoever.
Worst.
But since there was a intel there, it does generate a bit of goodies.
It does.
But not across the guard shortcut.
Correct. Not across the guard shortcut.
Okay. And then I am going to go here.
Okay. I'm going to handle and do 3 green, a white, and a yellow of this bribery right here. And then run away with the transporter.
Ramushka, like Kaiser Sose.
No clue where I am. Okay, and then I gotta move my guard. Keep decoying me and stuff. Come back over here. Keep putting that pressure on you because I'm pretty sure I know where you're at right now.
You probably won't know where I'm at. Go ahead and do your worst, handler. I'm here, but I don't know how long I'll be here, as I completed that assassination that you asked for. That took way too long. I probably should have tried for an easier assassination, but that's okay. And then let's go ahead and, you know what? I got lives. I got lives for days.
I mean, you got 2 lives left. You know.
Yeah.
How much you want to risk those? That's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to be risky. All right, collector. All right.
Yeah.
So you know where I'm at. And I'm coming right there.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, we're going all in.
I'm going to go ahead and collect.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Right there.
How you doing?
And then
Transport?
I am going to decoy.
What? Decoy?
Keep it there.
You could have transported, though. Oh, wait. There was no intel.
It wasn't there when I forgot to.
Oh.
I collected, which would have generated.
Oh, right. Got it. Okay.
And then, yes, I am going to go ahead and snag you, sir.
That is a ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
All right, 1 life left.
You have 1 life left. You've been
But now I can spawn wherever I want.
You're playing very, very close to the win here.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Because there are 2 win conditions. Either be the first to complete your secret objective, or catch your opponent 3 times. I've now caught DC twice.
That's okay. That's why they call me 003.
He's got to be much more careful now, or I can win through the alternate win condition.
Anyways,
it is your turn.
Excellent. So I will do collector.
Who would have thought?
I mean, you moved me right to where right where all my stuff needed to be. And then I will, so collector, and then I guess we do need to get me out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then guard. Guard. Let's see. Or should I have decoyed? I should have decoyed. Well, we'll see. Oh well, too late. So I will go ahead and I'm going to go here.
Okay. Yeah, pick all this stuff up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to saboteur. will generate beautiful white intel. And then I'm going to collect all of that beautiful intel.
I forgot about the Saboteur and their ability.
And then I have to move my guard. Move my guard right there. Coming for you.
Okay. All right. My turn. I will do a handler to do 1, 2, 3, and then bang bang. We were almost out of assassination tokens. Almost. All right. So I've completed 3 missions.
So now you gotta, to complete your secret objective, you have to be on a location that matches the objective type, and then spend the intel listed at the bottom of your secret objective card.
Okay. So I will do. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Yep. Oh, so close. Close. Okay, I'm going to do a cleaner. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm going to do a cleaner. So I pick up all from my agent's location or one collected or connected location. I keep one and discard the rest.
Yes.
I'm going to keep this white.
Okay, so that'll go away.
And then that does generate greens.
Yep. Okay.
And then that was my second action. So guard will, let's see. I don't know if you need to complete. I feel like you need to complete a white. So I'm going to make you move a bit for it. So that does give you some extra white tokens, though. But we'll see.
Okay.
Or if you need to complete another assassination, you're right where you need to be. If you're where I think you are.
Right. I am going to pick these up. Go ahead and do a cleaner. Take that. Generate some yellows on the ball.
Some bang bangs.
And then I'm going to transport.
Okay.
And then I gotta move my guard. Move my guard here.
Okay. I'm going to use yeah, I don't like this at all. Yeah, that's way too close for comfort. And sorry, I'm trying to. There's so many intense things that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because you can't take a risk right now because you only have one agent left, so you've got to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. Easy-ish. Collector, transporter.
Okay, collecting from where? Well, yeah.
As you might have thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then move.
And moved. Okay. And then you gotta move your guard.
Move my guard. And you transport it. Oh. Wait. Could have moved there. You know what? Wait a second. Because, well, you can't complete green. And you're just looking to complete something. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? If this gets you another green that you're able to cycle through, whatever. All right, are you there?
I'm not.
Okay, all right. Now, unfortunately, put some yellows on the
some greens on the board.
Yeah. Okay.
I
deploy the pug patrols.
I'm gonna transport, and then I'm gonna handler, and we're gonna do 4 surveillance.
I got you.
4 surveillance and an assassination. For this one right here. And I gotta move my guard. I think I know where you are, but I could be wrong. We're gonna take the risk. Going right there.
Boo! I was one turn away.
Oh,
basically, I would have collected and collected and then won.
Yeah, I wasn't. I thought you might have moved here.
That's what I was trying to do.
But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hope it's a bluff. I'm gonna go that way.
Yep. There you go. Well, I mean, but yeah, I was one turn away from winning because all I needed to do was collect the white that was there. And then my mission was Operation Black Gold. And I needed to be on a green spot, which was there. And then I had everything I needed. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, I was at least two turns away.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got to see both win conditions. But I mean, sometimes I feel like risking your agents it lets you get an extra collect action essentially, and also it helped me kind of move and get myself into position a little bit easier.
Your agents are definitely a resource, but they are a riskier resource. So you gotta, letting them get captured at the right time can be key.
Yeah.
But
I think the second time they got captured was good. It put me in a really good position to, basically complete that next mission and everything. And honestly, I think that game went shorter than the first game, and we needed to do more missions.
Yeah. Once you, like I said, once you learn the game, the actual gameplay is not hard. It goes pretty quick. It's understanding what all the cards do, and then how kind of, like, as you said, learning to be able to watch both sides of the board and read the board state on both sides, which it can take a game or two for people to kind of get that.
I feel like I mean, not to say that I am an expert game player, but I feel like I have played quite a few games in my past, and I mean, even my history with the earlier iterations, that didn't really give me a huge advantage.
Because it's changed so much.
Yeah, but it's still, I got the hang of this super freaking fast, I feel like.
Yeah, and so that was Mirror Agents, and the first game we played earlier, I managed to get one turn ahead of you, and you if I hadn't have been able to complete a mission on my final turn of the previous game, you would have won it on the next one.
Yes.
And then again, this time, if I had chosen wrong, if I had gone this way instead of that way, you would have won that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just like I was going like, I don't want to be stuck here and basically doing decoy, because that just is like an action that because you have so many, such limited actions, I feel like. Right. Yeah, you got to be mindful of the action economy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to repost. I have it pinned. I don't know why my Stream Elements isn't posting the timer of this, but basically that's what should have been posting every like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, so I said that your Kickstarter is coming soon. Do you have a potential date?
So right now we don't have an official launch date, but we will most likely be launching in April. So we're just kind of the beginning of that marketing buzz for it, coming on here with Playing With You. I've got some podcasts lined up, some reviewers we're going to be sending prototype copies similar to this one too within the next few weeks to get videos made. And yeah, we're super excited to finally get this one out in the world.
So, and I mean, of course, this is probably, behind when is it going to launch? Right. This is probably the next important question. What's your price range?
So I believe what we were aiming at will be 45 on the Kickstarter, and then right now, because of just the economy and tariffs and everything else, it'll probably be a $50 or $55 game at retail. So this is going to be in the past, the way we've pretty much always done it was the Kickstarter price was what the retail price was going to be. This one will probably be cheaper on Kickstarter, and then a little bit, probably $5 to $10 more expensive at retail.
And I've seen this in a couple, or your previous games at some local stores, and it's always made me really happy. I'm like, I know those guys. So thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. And I mean, God, you can't tell. Like, if you saw my face, like my face was going through so many expressions while I was playing this. But I was just like, okay, I got to get risky. I got to go for, because it is a hidden movement game. It is a little bit of a mind trickery game too, because I was going like, well, I can't, I got to get away. And of course, I went right there, so I love the bluffing mechanics because I love bluff games. I was talking to my girlfriend earlier about certain kind of games, and I was like, yeah, my favorite is besides co-op, I love the bluffies.
Yeah.
And yeah, so any stretch goals or things like that you're thinking of?
So right now, the way we typically do our stretch goals is, quality of life improvements. We try to avoid, content that's not already in the game. If we've designed content for the game, it's in the game. That's kind of the way we do things. So stretch goals will be things like, these will be, they're 3D printed for our prototype, but they'll be wood, actual wood meeples for the final version. So stretch goals will be like, right now both guards are the same. We'll have like an alternative, so you'll have two different meeple shapes for the two player types. We have some, we'll have, some alternative art for the cards, so each player will have a unique deck, alternate art for the screen, so they'll be unique. Screen print actually put some actual art on the meeples themselves, that sort of thing. So we're looking at all of those options. Things like improving the quality of components themselves, better quality things like that. Move
the board game up a little bit just on the camera.
So, but that's primary. Most of our stretch goals are gonna be in that arena. Right now, for our prototype, this particular prototype, we do have these are kind of. This is about the thickness we're looking at for the tokens, but they will most likely be cardboard at this point. We are looking at possibly for a stretch goal to make them wood, but again, the prices for a lot of things have gone up in the world, and so that's going to be a much higher stretch goal if we're able to even do that. So we're looking at those as options.
Very fair. Oh my goodness! So Jen, that means was that already all the way in Indiana, in PaleoVet?
Oh, excellent.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And for all of our games, we they're in all three of our games, Paleo Vet, Winter Rabbit, and Churrascaria they're in distribution. But we're a small company, so a lot of game shops haven't ordered them because who are we? They don't know us yet.
Yeah.
So if you've played our games, if you like our games, please ask your local game shops to carry them, because that's how more word of mouth happens. That sort of thing. It gets, if distributors are getting orders for our games, it makes them want to order our next game when it comes out. That sort of thing. So that all helps us grow.
Yeah, I think I was thinking Indiana because Gen Con. Speaking of which, do you have any what was the word I just said? Conventions that you're planning on being at over the next couple months?
So we will be at Token Con, which is the local Oklahoma board game convention. We actually also help run the indie zone for that. So the game jam that's going to happen at the convention, we will be running. The play, all for local designers who want to play test and demo their games. We help manage the tables that they play test that stuff at. So that's in March, I want to say 19th through 22nd.
I need to get some tickets.
So it's basically in 2 months. But it's here in Oklahoma City, and that one it's grown every year. I believe this might be the last year they can fit in the current hotel convention center. They may have to move it because they keep getting bigger.
I remember when I went last time, I was just blown away. I mean, unfortunately I couldn't do the full stay, but I think this time I'm going to take maybe a weekend off of streaming so I can actually hang out with people, because I met so many people last year. I was like, I'll hang out with you sometime, and then my work just got so insanely busy. Like I haven't even seen any of them in this past year. So, and
it's they're doing a 4-day con this year. They extended a day because, again, the amount of love that Token Con's been getting, it's just growing. It's been growing every year, which is wonderful. That's our local con that we hit every year, and kind of
Oklahoma City,
do what we can to help support it and support local game designers and whatnot. We're looking at a couple of other cons kind of middle of the year, but we don't have anything locked in yet. And then we will be at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia first weekend of December of this year. It'll be our 4th year at the con. PAX Unplugged has been great for us every year, so we're looking forward to that one.
That's super amazing. Well, I mean, I'm hoping by then, we'll have this as one of the next titles on the list here.
Yeah, sadly, we probably won't have for sale at PAX Unplugged, just the shipping thing. Most likely, like I said, Kickstarter is probably going to happen in April. Delivery of the game will probably happen January, February. We're going to try to do it earlier because we would love to have the game available to sell at PAX, but don't know if that's going to happen yet. Knock
on the wood that we have right here, like you did. So after Mirror Agents, what's next in the pipeline?
So we have a number of things. The next one that has been announced, and this is actually, I'm going to be a bit in Kickstarter or in crowdfunding hell for about 4 months. So this one, like I said, we're planning on this one probably in April. Officially, definitely happening in May is we are doing a pair of micro games on BackerKit. Cell-Block 18 and Riposte. They're both 18 card micro games.
I love Cell-Block 18. Oh my gosh!
Little 2-card micro games, but both of those BackerKit's doing a promotion in March or in May for micro games. So we said, we haven't run a campaign on BackerKit yet. Let's use this to dip our toes into it. So we're doing the 2 micro games in May on BackerKit, and then we have a couple of other projects that we're working on right now. One of them may happen in the fall. We don't know for sure yet. We're, still finalizing things and all the logistics and everything else. But we might end up doing another campaign of some kind in the September-October time period. We don't know for sure yet. But we have a bunch of things happening, and then next year, our pipeline, we definitely, if whatever we are planning for fall, if it doesn't happen in the fall, it will happen early spring of next year. And then we do have another project that is way too early to announce that will definitely happen next year as well.
Okay, so that is awesome.
We got things going.
Cool. And Matthew was asking, do you know if the manufacturing is going to be taking place here?
This has to be manufactured in overseas. We've looked at a number of different countries: China, Brazil, Taiwan. Basically a lot of places in Asia, some places South America, etc. We just doing this game as a $50 to $55 game is possible if we manufacture it overseas. We literally can't manufacture some of it here in the U.S. And to get even a inferior version of it manufactured in the US, we'd have to sell it as a $75 game. The manufacturing base sadly does not exist here in the US for what we're for board games in general. There's really only 2 companies I know of that can do like kind of full service. One of them is way outside of our price range and print run range. They work a lot with Hasbro, Asmodee, that kind of thing. Yeah. And the other one, again, it's close to our print run and price range, but still just too expensive for what people would expect to buy the game for. We're starting to see a little bit more of manufacturing coming back to the US slowly for this kind of thing, but the infrastructure is just not there. I would say, assuming that the trend continues, 5 to 10 years before you start seeing affordable games being manufactured in the US. Right now, most companies can only do cards, deck boxes, maybe some very thin cardboard, chits, token kind of things, but it's pretty limited in what can be done here in the US at the moment because, there hasn't been pretty much all the board game type manufacturing in the US started shipping over to Asia back in the late 70s, early 80s.
But yeah, good question, Matthew. Thank you. Well, I think we're going to be wrapping it up here, but any other thoughts, any kind of last thoughts you want to share with folks?
Not that I can think of. Hopefully you guys, kind of enjoyed watching us play. Got a decent feel of the game from what was going on here. It's as DC showed, taking some risks can get you close there, but
if the other guy can outguess you.
Yep, and it is very much, this game is just as much about kind of reading your opponent and trying to those mind games as it is everything else. Very little randomness, but you gotta be able to read your opponent and read the board. It will be, like I said, coming to Kickstarter. Most likely we'll be launching sometime in April. The link that DC has put there in the chat is for the Kickstarter follow me page. So if you're interested in it, please go on there, click that, and sign up for it, because that when the game launches, it'll immediately send out emails to let people know. Crowdfunding in general is very much a momentum thing. So the more backers we get, the faster. The sooner we fund, the more backers we'll get in general, and the better the campaign goes overall. So.
Well, it's been a pleasure and honor to game with you again, and I hope we'll be able to do that again at the very latest at TokenCon.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you again so much. Please definitely check out the Kickstarter. Hit that notify me on launch. Share it with friends and family, and even the occasional enemy or two that you want to kick their butt at this game with. But everyone, thank you again so much. We're going to just be ending no raid today, but thank you again. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.